Welcome to Big Basket Now presents the RCB podcast.
Volleyball is a sport that is loved and played dearly in the rural parts of India. However, our contribution to the global volleyball landscape has been limited. But one person has taken the massive responsibility to change that through a unique community volleyball tournament that has paved the way for other sports to breach rural India as well. I have with me the former Indian volleyball captain and now a messiah for the Indian rural volleyball community, Abhijit Bhattacharya, founder of the Brahmaputra Volleyball League. Welcome to the RCB podcast.
Thank you, Sriram. Thank you
so
much.
Nice to have you here with us. And we are looking forward for this session where a lot of questions are to be answered about grassroots sport, volleyball, and community building as such. Please tell us about the inception of a community volleyball league and how it all began.
Probably it became started because of necessity. Before this COVID lockdown, we all the former players came together and thought, how do we support the children playing volleyball? And they were thinking big, but I trimmed them down that let's start with a small mission, Assam Volleyball Mission 100. The mission was to collect 100 balls and distribute among the children those who are playing volleyball at village level.
Right.
So that's how it started. Then within a month or so, we could collect 100 balls. Then we sort of graduating to a different level, like supporting 100 centers. There were around 35 centers at that point of time. COVID struck. Everything came to a standstill.
Right.
Then I saw how to engage them. Then I developed a module, and on a pilot basis, I teach some tea garden children volleyball, those who have never heard of volleyball before. So online came on board with some recreation activities. Then there was no ball, it was locked down, so I helped them to make cloth balls. With cloth ball we started. And they were so expert, they made beautiful cloth ball, they started doing underhand volleyball drill. And then I thought that only this they will get bored. So I organized an online competition between two teams, two tea garden teams. The three best from your, three best from their team. Those who can do maximum, they wins. And we give a prize of 100 rupees or so. So they were so excited, they prepared for it. Then I got the idea, why not engage all the other 35 villages? So we did it for next 3 months. Online competition was happening, online underhand league, which was very unique during the COVID time. But we got them engaged. Post-COVID, what next? We don't have funds, nothing to do. Then I came up with this idea to start something to help them out without funds. So how do we do that? So this idea came up ki one village team is going to other village to play matches. There will be one host team who will be organizing meal, the ground. And on the next weekend, this team comes to my village. So there is no expenditure. So they will be hosting on their own. Teams do not need to come everywhere. The teams were nearby. So I called them for a Zoom meeting and asked them, if you donate 1 kilo of rice, 1 kilo of potato, there can be a big sporting event happening with this donation. The community taking the charge. They said yes. But there was a transportation cost involved to it. How do they travel? So again, this idea came up, why not someone, my cousins or my friends adopting teams by token 14,000 rupees. With this 14,000, we gave them a kit, playing kit. So during our days, we never used to get a kit to play. So with playing kit with the name written on their back, with that 14,000, the transportation cost is covered. So that's how the Brahmaputra League started. With 4 teams, the children getting exposure to visit 3 new villages, community getting engaged. So that's how it started. And today there are like 390 teams.
390 teams.
Yeah, in 2 age group category, under 12 and under 16. Community taking the ownership, and it's happening in automotive.
And even COVID couldn't stop the entire force of the league as such.
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
बस यही बोलना है, यही तुम्हारा ऐड?
Yeah, that's it.
सही है यार. Now delivering in 10 minutes.
Volleyball may not be the most financially rich sport in India. How did you tackle that challenge initially?
That was in fact probably a blessing for us when you start something. When it is low cost, you get hold of that. The foundation is you can make it strength. You can bring people on board. So, but then again, if you see now the popularity is gaining. Even in the grassroots, if you see the children at the age group of 16, 17 playing cricket, or if you see children playing volleyball, they're also earning in lakhs. They're going for local tournaments. People are putting them in prize money. So one child playing at a state or below state level is earning around 5-6 lakhs in a year. So you cannot say that there is less financial profitability in volleyball, but it's not reflected everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess people are not really aware.
Aware
and,
of, yeah.
and that's another tick mark that's happening because of the Brahmaputra Volleyball League. Let's talk about sustainability. How do you ensure that something like this sticks for a long term and at the same time it manages to stay relevant for a longer term per se?
That's the bigger challenge actually. Now that I have the support of the community, people seeing changes in the village. We gave them a ball and net, 1 or 2 weeks of camp. And then from 20, 30, 40, there are 80, 100 children. So how do you provide them with balls every day? Coaching, advanced coaching. Now they're coming up. You need to give a bigger platform to them. So as long as the community is involved, I have at least 50% chance of continuing this league. And at the top, when sponsors are adopting this team, and the fact that now International Volleyball Federation has taken note of this is a mass initiative. Probably the support will come from them to continue this. So I'm hopeful that we will be able to sustain in the long run.
Right. How do you make it viable though? Is it because of the inclusion of sponsors coming in? Is that one sustained way of making it happen?
That is definitely one. And also there is another element to it. Since this is a grassroots league, these coaches are there in the villages, right? They don't come out to do jobs. They are either shopkeepers, they do agricultural work, they do some small poultry farming as such. So if we can empower them through constant support, like they can earn their own livelihood, they can become sustainable. And one part of sustainability comes through volleyball also from them. So there is one model which is very community model, CSR model, which can be workable for leagues like BVL.
बस यही बोलना है? यही तुम्हारा ऐड?
Yeah, that's it.
सही है यार. Now delivering in 10 minutes.
Tell us about the global reach a local volleyball league can have. Sky's the limit, I'm guessing, but what are some of the experiences that you've witnessed with the Brahmaputra Volleyball League?
For Brahmaputra Volleyball League, definitely it's every day is a new experience and it's growing day by day. But with a prime volleyball league coming at the top of Indian volleyball scenario and world volleyball collaborating because of a reason, because they have seen the widespread of volleyball, the reach, the viewership. So once this is encash, so India would be the next volleyball global power. It's just a matter of time, what I believe. And sports like grassroots initiative like Brahmaputra can only give the feedings for the top league.
Lovely. So we've actually seen this collaboration happen
Right.
from the top. They have
Yeah,
reached
yes.
out to the grassroots level, and it's only because of the continued efforts that have happened.
Very true.
What role does content have to play in the way BVL has been received?
Oh, this content, definitely, because we don't have a marketing team or content maker team in hand. Whatever I do it with my mobile. But the stories are so strong. You do not need high-tech video making skills or just narrate the story in 2 lines. People can connect to it because there are children, like there are coaches who have they're training their girls. He's a teacher. He's training the girls and finishing their course in the month of November so that their girls get to play during the exam time also. There are children coming out from different interior villages, crossing the river on boat, coming to play. There are persons who are identifying talents from grassroots from the riverbeds of Brahmaputra. So these are very strong stories, but definitely we need someone who can tell the story and take it to the right person, the funding partners or those who are interested in supporting them. So that medium we are lacking, but someone coming on board and helping us out will be really, really helpful because these are very strong stories and content which can be developed from this place.
Right. In the course of time, would you like to share a few anecdotes or few stories of a few individuals whose lives have changed thanks to BVL?
Oh, definitely, because see, for example, there is a team called Hatinga. If you go there and ask, tell about yourself, they will say, I'm so and so from a very remote, for a backward village. But they have never understood the importance of their village, their talent. And this one guy, Ranjit, who was never been considered to be a coach of the district team or the state team, he has built a team on his own. Through Brahmaputra League, he made them win the district level, he came to the zonal level, and he became the league champion. So that's how his potential, what he have, is noticed by everyone. Like the girl called Bornali, she used to play volleyball long back. She retired. She became a housewife, got married, and she was working in the agriculture field. And through a program, when we brought them together, a program funded by Oil India, we trained them to become coaches. Like Bornali, there are many others. Now Bornali has went back, started volleyball wearing mekhela chador in Assamese traditional dress. He trained. She is a housewife. She is a what you call daughter-in-law of that village, where hardly she used to come out of their village, kitchen. But now she's a coach. People are supporting her, and it's a mass initiative. Like Bornali, there are like 8 to 10 girls who have been doing this. And for others, like new villages, if you see the Monomoy village where we have started with cloth ball, it's a vibrant village now. You go there, Philips company has helped us to install light, to practice under floodlights, and they are becoming professional players, most of them. So everything is happening, and we have started broadcasting these matches live through bamboo tripods. Now we have a team of broadcaster who does broadcasting, and we can bring matches live because our adopters are from across the world. So someone sitting in US, Singapore, they can watch these matches happening in the villages. And these young children with bamboo and other tripods doing broadcast and doing scoring and bringing the matches live. So last year, 740 matches were broadcast live, which were viewed by the team owners as well as others. So this is one strong team which is developing at the bottom of the grassroots.
Exceptional. What fantastic stories. And clearly, sports can break barriers. At the same time, it can create the biggest of social impact and raise a village and just make anything happen, make the world move.
Right.
You've been a volleyball player who's represented the country. At what point of time did you feel there is so much of work cut out and I can use all my skills to make it happen?
Actually, I was not aware. When I came out from Assam in 1996, then I was playing for the Indian team, for the ONGC team. And in 2009, when I was about to retire, I went to Assam, and one of my friends told me, let's go to a village where volleyball is very popular. So I went there, and there was a huge football ground. And on one corner, there were two volleyball courts. In one court, the girls were playing. So volleyball is like 6 versus 6. There are 18 girls are playing. They were enjoying that. It's the only source of recreation in their village. On the other ground, these boys were sitting idle. So when they saw me, they knew that he played and all. They came and brought benches and water. So I want to see you playing. When are you going to play? So they started looking at each other's face, and I asked them what happened. So only ball they had got punctured. So when I asked what you're going to do now, so they were told that one of their uncle works with Indian Army, posted somewhere in Punjab, Haryana. When he comes, he has promised them a ball. Till then, these kids are going to wait. So I could not say anything, came back, I extended my leave. I thought that giving ball would not be the solution. Next day I went there, I told that we will organize a tournament here. I called the village headman, Gaon Buda we call it, the teachers, those were government employees, some of them. So next weekend we are going to organize a match. And we called local teams, they came on board, they played, and their village team reached the finals. And when you see there, the entire village was there to watch them, and only then they realized that their children are having so much potential, and that's how my connection started. And then that was the beginning.
बस यही बोलना है, यही तुम्हारा ऐड?
Yeah, that's it.
सही है यार. Now delivering in 10 minutes.
Cut to where we are right now, and how do you see this scaling, and where do you see this going in the next 5 years to come, Abhijit?
Yeah, this is very difficult because right now we are spreading horizontal spread, but there are talents coming up. So they need a bigger platform. So that bigger platform needs funding. We need to have incubation center. We need to have center of excellence to train them, because if we cannot give them a platform, they will go into frustration. For the grassroots level, platform is BVL is perfectly fine. So in the next 5 years, as we move on horizontal spread, we also need to create proper infrastructure, qualified coaches, bringing them down, train them, and so that they can play in the prime volleyball league, represent the country, and also win a medal for the India in the Olympics. That's the vision.
That's going to be the fuel, I guess.
Yeah,
and
yes.
it is definitely going to happen in the future. There are plenty of volleyball leagues that happen around the world. There is volleyball that happens on a global scale at the same time. there is also a sport like cricket in India, which has a huge stake. What are some of the learnings that you would like to take from all these sports?
From cricket, definitely, and the marketing strategy is beyond like unthinkable. They're par with the top clubs, premier clubs in the world. The fact that they have not stopped there, they have pushed down to the bottom of the pyramids. They are strengthening the bottom of pyramids. What is happening in Indian sport is right now, if you see, like 10 years down the line, before, the top athletes were struggling for funding, for facilities, for training. But that is not the case right. Right now, we are sitting in the center of excellence. Pradukhan David is one of the best in the world. So at top of pyramids, we have these great facilities coming up. But cricket is one sport. Football is one sport. Basketball is one sport. They're identifying talent. They're looking for talents in Indian volleyball because height is the one of the criteria. NBA is looking for players who are taller in volleyball. So they're looking at the grassroots. They're strengthening the grassroots. That's what we all need to look up. Once we strengthen the grassroots, automatically the top of the pyramid will be very quality products will be there.
Abhijit, we are so very glad that you got to share your thoughts with us on the RCB podcast. Before we conclude this, your thoughts about being part of the RCB Innovation Lab Leaders India Meet. What did you think of this event and being part of it?
This is a great initiative. I was not aware of this Leaders Summit and RCB bringing this to India. For us, it's a big exposure, and I hope we all will be benefited connecting with people, listening to such world top class management people in sports, the athletes, everyone together in under one platform. It's a huge things. And for me personally, it's a learning experience, and I will take back a lot of good things from here.
You've shared stories with us that have truly moved everyone who's seen this. And we've got to know so much the culture of volleyball. Thank you so much for introducing us to BVL and all the good things to happen in the future as well. Loads of love from the entire squad here, and look forward for plenty more interactions with you, Abhijit. Thanks so very much for spending time with us on the RCB podcast.
Thank you so much.
Big Basket Now presents the RCB podcast.